What's up guys, it's me Waqas. Today I'll be doing something that's a bit different. I'll be reacting to a video which is one of my favorite scenes from a movie. The reason why I wanted to do this is because in classrooms, in my high school, college, I've been in a position where I had to stand up, where I felt like that character, and a couple of days ago I came across someone where the debate was very similar to this. So I thought of this video, so it's like, why not react to this so you guys can see my thoughts, my opinions on this. Remember, these are my opinions, so you guys can disagree with them, you can agree with them, and you guys can make your opinions down in the comments below. Hope you guys like the video and make sure to give it a like.
The word jihad is mentioned in the Quran about 41 times. The words mercy, peace and compassion are mentioned about 355 times.
Alright guys, so I hope you guys noticed that jihad is mentioned about 41 times and mercy, peace and compassion is about 355. That's 9 times more. The word jihad itself is not a bad meaning. It can mean something as a struggle within yourself. So I hope that clears something out for you guys.
The popular belief in most Western cultures, Islam is a religion that preaches peace and tolerance. Yes, Patricia.
If Islam truly is a religion that preaches peace, then how come the world's most troubled spots, the West Bank, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Iraq, they're all plagued with Islamic terrorism?
Well, that depends on your definition of terrorism. Some might argue that the U.S. and
There we go. That's a big point. That's a point that I always make. Look at the countries that were mentioned and look at the history within the last 15 years, post 2001 and prior to 2001. These countries did not have suicide attacks prior to 2001. But after the war on terror, which was 2001, the suicide attacks have been increasing year by year. I think prior to 2001, they barely had, one or something, couple of suicide attacks. But the years after that, we've had over hundreds of suicide attacks. Why? Because these countries and the people have become radicalized in a war that had nothing to do with those people, and they were killing innocent civilians.
Invasions of countries like Iraq and Afghanistan are also acts of terrorism.
No, those were acts of war to get rid of despotic regimes.
Or a means of getting at a country's oil.
Conspiracy theories.
Well,
Yeah?
yes, please. Go ahead, Dress.
Mr. Khan is right. I mean, if we're...
That guy right there, I feel like him because in class when something like this always came up, I was that guy that always raised a hand and stood up. Even if it wasn't for my country, even if it wasn't for people that were Muslim, if it was people of color or something of that sort, I'm someone that always likes to stand up for people, and I always will.
Talking about terrorists. The world's biggest terrorists are the white superpowers.
Come on now.
No, really. Stop and think about it.
Explain 9/11.
Okay. Do you know how many people died in the Twin Towers strike?
Around 3,000.
And do you have any...
Just to make something clear, those 3,000 people that died, that is a tragic event. And what?
Any idea how many people died in the bombing of Afghanistan? Take a wild guess. More than 15,000 people died. And that's just conservative figures. About 50,000 tons of explosives were dropped on innocent civilians. Men, women, children.
Yeah, but that was because of the Taliban.
Now that you brought it up, did you know that the Taliban was a creation of the CIA to fight the Russians?
Whatever. They were still harboring terrorists.
Yeah, right. Terrorists that were never found. Just like the weapons of mass destruction that were never found in Iraq. Do you want to get into the death toll in Iraq? 500,000 civilians and counting.
And another thing, the death toll after this movie or this scene has increased dramatically. It's been a lot more. This was years back.
And what do Britain and America say when they don't find these weapons? It's simple. They just say sorry. And still refuse to relinquish control of these countries.
What are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is that just because you're American, wear a fancy suit, and call yourself the president, doesn't make you any less of a terrorist.
Trump? Trump? What? Wait, who was that? Trump? Oh, I didn't say that. That was me, right?
I'm saying that if you don't stop meddling in other people's countries, you will face a backlash.
If Muslims like you feel that way, then why don't you get out of our country?
We will. As soon as you promise to leave ours.
Just wanted to get a couple of things clear. Muslims, me, anybody that I know, do not support violence or anything of any sort. Violence is never the answer. It can never be justified. Please never resort to violence. Something like this debate, you make your points, educate one another, make your points, have debates, that's fine. But never let it get to violence. Violence is never the answer. As you can see with these wars, the point that I'm trying to make is that wars, racism, everything that's going on at the moment is never the answer. Spread love. Do certain things where you get to know one another, people of other faiths, people of other color, everything. We're all one humankind. We're all human beings. So at the end of the day, get to know one another, spread love. And that's my message to all you guys. If you guys want more reaction videos, make sure to give it a like, comment down below of what you want me to react to, and make sure to subscribe to my channel. Love you guys.